Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. All right, this week I want to talk about something that's real close to home for all of us. I want to talk about failure. Now, I thought I'd start out with moral failure because we all have failed morally. Some of us in ways that are different than others. But moral failure is something we're all familiar with. Just recently, we were talking, Becky and I were talking with some folks about a fella they knew who had just finished serving his prison time and was coming back out. And they were saying, you know, he's a Christian. He might ought to go to your class. And we were like, yeah, we'd love to meet the guy. Sounds great. Sounds like an incredible fella who just made some mistakes and had to serve time for it. And it got me thinking about this because I was thinking about failure anyway, but I wanted to do some videos on failure. And I was thinking about it in terms of where does God speak to me when I try and address my own moral failure? One of the Psalms is one that's really meaningful to me. It's Psalm 103. Now, if you're someone who is burdened by your own moral failure, I'd urge you to read Psalm 103. It's a tremendous psalm. The psalmist talks about how important that we not just bless the Lord, in other words, lift him up and note who he is and proudly proclaim his magnificence. It's not just that we bless the Lord, but it says, don't forget all of his blessings on us. And then the psalm starts listing these blessings. And the blessings are amazing. And as it says, don't forget all of his benefits. It lists as the very first one that he forgives our iniquities. And it doesn't say he forgives some of them. It doesn't say he forgives the iniquities that didn't hurt anybody. It says he forgives all your iniquities. I really, really like that. I really like that the psalm speaks of a God who not only forgives all of your moral faults and failures, but in the place of those that burden you, he puts a crown. And the crown that he puts on your head, according to the Psalms, is a crown of mercy and steadfast love. And of course, as a Christian, this has special meaning. Because as a Christian, I understand that the death of Christ as a substitute for my own death of my own moral failure is the crowning moment of God's steadfast love and God's mercy. It is the way that a just God can forgive the moral failures of an unjust person and do it justly, because the penalty has already been paid. And so I really like that. This really speaks to me. But the net result of the way God deals with our sin in this psalm is one that is a pictured image that we need to get in our head. It starts out by saying, as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his steadfast love. And then it says, as far as the east is from the west, that distance is how far he removes our transgressions from us. So as I talk about failure this week, and I start with moral failure, I want to urge you to join me in taking our moral failures to God in humility and repentance and confess ourselves as moral failures, but then quit walking around in the guilt and shame once we've got the forgiveness of God. If God has separated our transgressions from us as far as the east is from the west, we don't need to make that trip back and pick those back up. I've got a lot more to talk to you about on failure this week, but this is our start. This is your video thought for today. God bless you.